Well, the arrest of the Fort Bliss soldier accused of trying to share military information to Russia is making national headlines tonight. We spoke with a Utah professor who explains the challenges involved in detecting cases like this and what it reveals about the ongoing risk to national security. KFOX 14 News at 9's Melissa Herrera is in Northeast El Paso to bring us up to speed.
Well, we're talking about 22-year-old Taylor Lee, who was an active duty Fort Bliss soldier and is now being accused of trying to pass on U.S. military information over to Russia. And we spoke to an expert who tells us that this shows the cooperation between federal agencies.
And this is an example of counterintelligence done preemptively and done well.
22-year-old Taylor Lee was arrested on Wednesday for allegedly trying to sell technical data to Russia on the M1A2 tanks during his time as an active Fort Bliss soldier. We spoke to Dr. James Lockhart, an assistant professor of intelligence and national security at UTEP, to gain more perspective on this case.
Some of the information we don't have so far is how they originally discovered Mr. Lee and his motivation and his intention to sell defense information and technology to Russia. I would suspect that this came from coworkers, someone in his command who noticed his ideological. He seems to have a pretty strong ideology for Russia and against the U.S.
Federal prosecutors say the Idaho native held top security clearance at the Army installation. Investigators say he was trying to give data to someone he believed was from Russia since May of this year.
I think that there will always be people in an organization, and if you're talking about one as large as the U.S. Army, there will always be a number of people who are at risk of threatening the security of the U.S. or threatening to be involved in espionage against the U.S. That's never going to go away.
According to Lockhart, foreign entities are working to access the U.S. in many ways. This includes social media, jobs, and hacking. He adds foreign entities have networks of people who pose as Americans or other nationalities and integrate themselves into the world to try and recruit people for information, which he says could be the case for Lee.
Wherever we have military bases, wherever we have defense contractors, anybody producing any kinds of great experimental technology, places having to do with AI or biotechnology or anything that's in high demand. They may be just hacking, they may be doing any number of things, but there's been no let up, not since the Cold War, from Russia.
Well, I did attempt to contact Lee's lawyer. However, when I called, I was told that he had left for today. Now, Lee does remain booked at the El Paso County Jail and is scheduled to have a preliminary detention hearing this upcoming Monday. I'm reporting live from Northeast El Paso, Melissa Herrera, KFOX 14 News at 9.